What's up, guys? Tambo here with your weekly core report. With the holidays almost behind us, we're finishing the year strong with some big hits. Let's get to the winners. Christmas brought us 2 days worth of NFL slates over the weekend, and our members took advantage of it. IPT 007 hit for $2,100. The Guru won $5,500. Oaktown Daily Crusher shipped on 2 separate showdown slates, winning over $40K. Elsewhere in NFL, we're in Best Ball Finals week. Congrats to all our members and contributors who advanced. We'll be covering the final results in next week's core report. In the NBA streets, our members' hot streak continued as well. Dr. Lucky 7 hit for $4,500. Shawnee Wins won $7K. Sweet Boy hit for $23K. And Bossolini 1 topped it off with a $50K shipper in Showdown. Congrats again to all our members. If you want to be featured in the core report, drop your winning lineup in the Winner's Circle channel in our premium Discord. If you're not a member, join now. You won't find a better value with all sports included for one low price. And while you're watching, hit that like button now. Remember, if you're not winning with us, you're watching us win. Till next time, let's keep running pure.
All right, Cash Show, Holden and Hoop, hanging out with you today. Maybe Mangone will grace us with his presence. Maybe he won't. Maybe Title will grace us with his presence. Maybe he won't. Hoop, before the show, said, hey, dude, you got to check this out. So yesterday in the Up to Lock show, apparently Title has never heard of Patrick Swayze, who
it's Hardwood, the Hardwood show.
It was the Hardwood? Okay. And it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't know Patrick Swayze, because if it didn't happen, after the year 2010, he really doesn't know much. Did he really call Patrick Swayze Patrick Swayze? How do you do that?
Yeah. So, Title, good host, does a good job on the Hardwood. He likes interacting with the YouTube chat. So he's in there and he's naming off all his boys, the people that are in there, loyal fans of the show. And he's on the road. So he's just got this brutal setup right now. He does look like a ghost. And someone says, hey, Title, you look like Patrick Swayze from whatever that movie was. Was it Ghost? Was that the title of the movie? I don't even know.
It had to be Ghost because he was talking about a ghost.
Yeah. So I'm bad with movies. So he goes, yeah, you look like Patrick Swayze in the movie Ghost. And Title gets to that comment. He goes, shout out to so-and-so. I know I got a bad setup. He says I look like Patrick Swayze in Ghost, and then he just kept moving on. And at first I thought he did it intentionally, and then I kind of realized that it wasn't intentional. And then the chat kind of caught up with it, and they were just having a ball with it. I was like, Title, I said, do you know the Patrick guy? And he's like, never heard of him in my life. It's like, Patrick Swayze doesn't ring a bell? Nope, not at all. And yeah, he's like, I don't watch movies. I was way before my time. I said, I'm not a big movie person either. I can't remember movies. I can't remember actors. I said, he's probably one of the most iconic actors, I don't know, in the last 30 years for sure. He was in some huge productions. He's like, no, yeah. He's like, no clue. Patrick Swayze. He's like, and I love Title too, because he just rolled with it. He's like, Patrick Swayze sounds a lot better than Swayze.
It does. But Patrick Swayze is the greatest actor of his generation. So catch up on. Don't watch the stupid one where he's dancing with Jennifer Grey. There's a Dirty Dancing? Maybe
Dirty Dancing.
Worst movie ever. Sister Mother had it on all the time. But after Ghost was fine. Roadhouse is really the top of the list, right? That and his skit with Chris Farley, where they're both Chippendales dancers.
The Chris Farley one I do remember. Again, I'm not good with movies, but the Chris Farley and Swayze was a great combination on Saturday Night Live. And one other thing to add on, man, you open the show, Holden and Hoop, that flows nicely, man.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? That's
actually, it sounds better. Hoop and Holden.
Hoop and Holden, yeah. I mean, I like it. I think it sounds great. And talk about, iconic figures. Yeah. I mean, man, that combo could go straight to the top of the list.
We won't be doing many shows, though, in a few weeks. That's it. Football season's about done.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna get on. For MLB season, I might.
You
join
say
you on
that.
I'm telling you. They got me on the. I gotta switch over to premium for MLB. I think I got to do Up to Lock with you.
Point Break. I would love that. I don't think it's going to happen. I ultimately think that you won't do it, but I would love for you to do Up to Lock.
I think I want to get some MLB Up to Lock shows with you, because MLB is your sport though too, right?
It's NFL 1, MLB, college basketball, NBA, NHL.
Yeah.
So I love baseball. I really do. My favorite thing is when Uncle T on the Old Guys pod's like, you don't like baseball. And it's become a running joke at this point. It's like I spent 10 years in the actual baseball industry.
Yeah. I view you as a baseball guy. So,
Nah, I'm a football guy, dude. Come on.
Football, yeah, but I mean, I view you as being knowledgeable in baseball. All right, let me reword it a little bit.
You're a golf guy now, which is just shocking. I mean, have you always been a golf guy?
Probably. I mean, for DFS purposes, it's been one of my second best sport, I'd say, over the course of the last couple of years, and I'm very passionate about it. Love it. So yeah, me and Tambo kind of heading up the PGA content, which starts next week. Starts, and then it doesn't stop. I mean, it goes for like 40. Tambo had the exact number, 45 weeks or something straight. Tambo very punctual. He had the exact number. I think it was like 45 straight weeks. No weeks off. I mean, yeah, there'll be some shitty events mixed in there, but we'll have content for it. And he crushed it last year. I mean, he absolutely dominated PGA. I mean, honestly, I talk about Tambo quite a bit, but one of the smart, I don't think I've ever seen someone have the ability to just take information, work it into your process and then just turn it into winners. He absorbs everything, and man, just a great DFS player in multiple sports.
I know he probably he listens to podcasts and stuff. I can't listen to other people's podcasts. I don't give a shit what they say. I literally, because I do so many podcasts, I don't want to hear.
You're talking about like sports related,
sports related. So I try. I don't even listen to podcasts. Hoop.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to podcasts. When
I do listen to a podcast, I want it to be a break from
sports.
Exactly. And I'll listen to some stuff. There's some I do listen to for PGA because I'm not I'm not deep into the stats of PGA. I think it's so overblown and people just jerk off to the PGA statistics. Like, I know who's good. I know who's bad. I know who plays good on what sort of course. Like, that's good enough. The stat people just fucking kill me in PGA.
Yeah. And I just read. I read a ton. I still like reading. It used to be in the olden days, we used to hook our stuff up to a printer and then you read it out on paper and you waste tons of trees. Now I can just look at a computer and do it. But that was probably back before you were born. Anyway, here's the last thing about Tambo. He's short. I did not know he was short. Is he taller than JSU or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think almost the whole crew would be taller than JSU.
What about your wife? How tall is your wife?
She is 5'5", 5'6", somewhere in there. So average female height, I'd say.
Taller than him.
Yeah. So Tambo's like what, probably 5'8", 5'9" I'd say.
So he's my height. He's not that short. He's like average height, just about. Yeah, it sucks. Sucks getting old and shrinking though. It sucks, man. Like everything else grows except for your height. So one thing you'll start noticing.
That's kind of weird,
10 years.
It is weird.
But yeah, Tambo's been killing it. Congrats to Phallic for another big hit last night.
On a heater for sure. I mean, and the good thing about Phallic, like when Phallic wins, Hoop lost because
oh really?
we don't correlate. We're usually complete opposites in terms of plays, but he's been on a phenomenal run in NFL, NBA. Congrats to him.
Man. Sure. He's been terrific. He really has. Our whole crew has been killing it. Do we still have ho 25?
Yeah, it's still active here.
All right. So 25% off your first payment on a monthly plan. No Saber, but you get everything else. You get our cores, you get our playbook, you get our premium shows, everything like that. Ho 25. Yes, Point Break was great. Point Break and Roadhouse were the two best Patrick Swayze movies. No question.
And see, the thing is, I've never even watched those movies.
What?
And I still know who Patrick Swayze is.
Dude, you gotta watch Point Break.
I'm just bad with movies, man. Like I just don't watch many of them. And then if it's like 10 years old, I was like, all right, it's too far past. Like I can't go back and watch it. I'm just not. And nowadays, man, what has happened to movie production? Like all the movies suck. Is there any good movies?
COVID just shut it down. Top Gun, the new Top Gun's amazing.
Yeah.
You probably need to see it in the theater, but the new Top Gun,
I didn't watch that. Movie. I didn't watch that, but I have heard good things about it, and I will watch it at some point.
Amazing movie. Absolutely love it. Have you seen Dumb and Dumber at least?
Oh yeah, it's like one of
All
my
right, thank
favorites. So
God.
that's that. I like all those, like the Adam Sandler movies, like all
Okay.
that stuff is great.
Yeah.
My favorite, one of my favorite movies of all time, is Step Brothers.
It is. It's right there with Dumb and Dumber for me, dude. I mean, it's just we are simpatico on that one. There's so many lines. Him wearing the Chewbacca mask, just sitting there in the Chewbacca mask.
So good, so good,
and
dude.
then I'll do the pan dilemma with my sister all the time. If one of us says, is it pan or pan? It's Pam. Panned? Hello, Miss Lady.
And then the scene with like the drum set where he touched the drum set and they go into that massive brawl.
Sack on your drum set.
And then licking the dog shit. It's so good.
You just watched Hustle last night? Yeah, it's a good movie. That's Helmet just watched Hustle last night. Good movie. Good movie. It's no Step Brothers, but as far as a sports movie goes, Juancho Hernan Gomez is spectacular in it. So they didn't give him a lot of speaking parts, but he was really good. Okay, let's start speaking about. You think C-Web? You think the new Top Gun is good with a home theater system? I watched it at home. And then I watched the movies was just incredible. It was completely captivating. You felt like if you do have a home theater system, that's good. I suppose it'd be all right. But man, the theater was something else. Okay, let's get into this. We do the DraftKings a little bit more than FanDuel, just to be upfront with you. We'll go through the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end positions. If we want to throw defense out there, that's fine too. So let's look at this. Patrick Mahomes up top this week at 8-5. Taking on Denver. Justin Fields has the nut matchup at Detroit. And then on the other side of things, the guy I'm looking at right now, Hoop, and you can tell me if he's the play early on. We've gone to him a lot, and it's Jared Goff, and he's 5'6", and he's playing at home, and the Bears absolutely stink. I think this is going to be a pretty good DFS game. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. Is this something? Is this a guy we want to look at, or you want to go all the way down to Stidham against San Francisco, 4-1? That's uncomfortable.
No, that could be a disaster there. Good kudos to the Raiders for saying, fuck Derek Carr, he sucks. We're moving on. He is a disaster. I don't understand how people are trying to like defend him either. I've watched a lot of these games. Like he is not good. I mean, you have Devontae Adams there. You have probably the best top 3 running back in the NFL this year, Josh Jacobs. I mean, he's been phenomenal. Guy. Decent pieces. Mac Hollins has been good. You have Renfro, and you can't get it done. Like he's a disaster. So people are like defending him and stuff, which I don't get. This is a complicated week, obviously, for cash games. It will be next week as well. It's all about like motivation and what teams have to play for, and you kind of have to guess a little bit because last night the Cowboys didn't have a ton to play for. Their guys went all the way through and played that entire game. This week it's complicated, and the most complicated part I think is running back, which we'll get to. Quarterback, we can find some clear plays, and I'm sure you probably know who I'm going to say, and you kind of alluded to it. If you had to guess one guy that I'd start at home against the Bears, they need to win. He's just dominated at home this season. This isn't Detroit, right? I should verify that first, right? That's in Detroit.
It's in the dome. Yes.
Yeah. He's been great at home. The Bears, not much to play for. I think he's just the clear play for cash games, and he's cheap. Like, why is he still only like 5.6K? I mean, to me, it's just a huge misprice. You look at the recent production, even last week, they got their ass kicked against the Panthers. He still had 29. He's been over 24 in 3 out of his last 4. He's had some monster games, obviously. The 37 against Seattle earlier on in the season. He has like half his games at 20 or above. 5.6K. Where honestly, the top end isn't all that appealing. Like, I don't think you need to play Mahomes. I don't think, Hurts might not even play. The only guy up top that I see with a lot of upside is Fields. But, without the motivation, what's he going to do? So I think
he'll be motivated. The problem with him is like the blow-up games haven't been there since the injuries.
Yeah. And they might just be a little cautious. I mean, he did rush it 7 times, but only for 11 yards last time. Long story short, I'm more than likely playing Goff at 5.6K. I think he's a clear play. And the other positions, not as clear in terms of who to play at quarterback. I think it's Goff.
That's pretty simple. Okay, we'll move on. Like button would be great. Hit the like button. Let us know that you love us, and we'd really appreciate that. Okay, so we go to running back. I do want to bring a name up like right away because I think they're going to use him. And you used him a few weeks ago. I can't stand David Montgomery. Okay, I just don't like rostering him. But here we go again. The nut matchup, right? Now he didn't perform in that first game against them, but here we are in a game where they're going to want to run the football against possibly the worst run defense that you're going to see in the National Football League. Can you give me some thoughts on him real quick? And then we could talk about attacking this from other angles. But Montgomery's 6'9". Is that just no man's land?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go there with Herbert back. And then the fact that up until last week, the Lions defense hadn't improved. I mean, they got smashed last week. So maybe it was just, a one-off situation where they're able to, be solid for 4 to 5 weeks. This is the toughest position on the slate for cash games because for one up top, McCaffrey they're not at home, but they're against the Raiders. He's questionable, and there's not a ton of motivation for the 49ers this week. So playing him, I think, would be a little bit of a gamble. Austin Eckler is listed as questionable. I don't know why in the world they'd play him this week if he's banged up like at all. If he were to miss, then we have a cheap value option in drawing a blank on the backup. Oh, Kelly, who's been getting some work, 10 carries, 9 carries. He'd become a really good play against the Rams at home. Saquon Barkley up top at 8K, and I guess, probably a must-win situation for the Giants. I think he's the guy up top that you want to go to. I mean, he's the safest. Cash games, we're looking for safety. So give me Barkley at 8K, I think is a very solid option. After him, there's a lot of question marks. Now, James Conner is getting all the work in the world. He's questionable. Apparently he's sick, and he wasn't at practice yesterday. So we need to monitor that. If he's in full go, 7.2K, you have to like him. The other questionable tag, which is very important this week, Ramondre Stevenson. He's 6.8K. If he's in, the situation there. He gets all the work, but he was limited at practice yesterday. I think he does play. I think he plays. And when he does play, he's going to be a great play at 6.8K. But this is just a very messy position. Other guys in the conversation. Let me throw
a guy out there at you real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to scroll down on DKs at 5'3". Tyler Algier. Yeah. First of all, he's got Arizona at home. He's getting volume. He's getting between 7. What do we got here? 18 touches, 23 touches. Since they've gone to Ritter, him and Drake London have kind of gotten a big boost. What do you think about Tyler Algier at 5'3"?
Yeah, good call. I'd be in on him at 5'3". DeAndre Swift is also there at 5'3". He obviously has been up and down for the most part in terms of production, but man, they're at home. They need to win. I wouldn't mind going to either of those guys. Algier is a good call. Another guy that I think could be in play here is ETN, 6.4. The situation with the Jaguars, though, is pretty complicated where, I mean, basically, for the most part, it's going to come down to next week, them versus the Titans, who gets in. But they apparently do have a chance of still getting one of those wild card spots if they were to win out. So there's a little bit of motivation. I think they do play their guys, but if it goes south at all, they're done. I mean, they're going to probably pull their dudes, but they are playing Houston. So I think he's in play. Miles Sanders at 5.9K in play. This is a very tough situation. I hope we get something clear as the week goes on. The cash chart will be updated at runpuresports.com, and we'll have those core plays tagged. But as it stands now, running back, the most complicated spot on the slate.
All right. I'm with you on this, obviously. And we don't want McKinnon at 6K in cash. Nice little tournament.
Man, he's been great. He's been awesome. And he's been awesome. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, mate. I guess maybe the other guy that's questionable isn't Kamara's questionable too.
Yeah, Kamara's really banged up.
Who do they have?
It's a hell of a good question.
Is it David Johnson?
He is, I think, their third stringer. Let me go look at the backup real quick. Yeah, they've got Eno Benjamin, David Johnson could still be a thing. Holy moly. At 4-1.
They signed Benjamin, it looks like, right?
Yeah, who's the other kid? I thought they had that Dwayne Washington, but I don't know if he's getting any run. They might call someone up from the practice squad, but that could just be a messy situation. Yes. Although it's a really good matchup. And this is one of the games I kind of keyed in on, especially if Minshew is starting. I think this is within a touchdown game. I don't think this thing's going to be a blowout.
Do you think Hurts sits again?
I mean, I don't know why they'd play him here. I just don't get it. Like, they haven't wrapped up the number one, but why are you risking Jalen Hurts? He's practicing this week, and we'll see what they designate him at. I think this is all like, hey, New Orleans, you better prepare for both guys. And then Minshew starts.
Man, I hope they get smashed in the playoffs.
Why?
Because, like, their schedule is just stupid. They haven't played anyone. I know people, strength of schedule, blah. No, I see every week. Like, you look at their schedule, they haven't played fucking anyone. They suck. They're going to get smoked.
Like button would be great. Hit us up here on the like button. And if you get a chance, say something, say hi to Mangone. He's here in spirit is all I could say. He might be here too. He might be on the show. We don't have a third box for him, which is unfortunate. So we got that. We got ho 25% off your first payment of a monthly plan. No Saber Sim, but you get all the cores, the playbook, this, and that. And then I want to give you, let me go get the calendar too, because I've been doing this more and I think it's important we do it. So here are our shows that are coming up. We got a show talking touchdowns. If you bet, spread Tyler and Kurt coming up at 1 Eastern, 2 Eastern NBA rundown, spread Tyler AP. They're going to talk betting. So we got our 2 betting shows. Print Factory, of course, JSU, Tony, ODB Dunkel. That'll be coming on at 3 Eastern. And after talking to JSU yesterday, he's nervous, Hoop. He's nervous. I thought that I was the one that took the most shit at the company. It's not even close. It is definitely JSU, and he just gets murdered on that show, and I love it. It's so much fun just watching him get crushed. NBA Hardwood 445, JT, and C-Dome. Final countdown at 6. Me, Tony, JSU, and then the news dump at 7:15 Eastern. So that's what we got. Tambo, Crane, and myself. We got a busy Friday schedule. Yeah. Before you know that, we won't be doing as much NFL anymore. We'll definitely take you through the first 2 weeks, right? And we'll have showdown stuff, but it's coming to an end, man.
Yeah, we'll probably have the main shows throughout, but this show probably one more week in it. One more week for this show.
We do have we got a 6-game slate though in week 1. Did people play cash in that? People still play cash,
yeah,
right?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. We haven't made the final decisions yet. But yeah, I mean, I've Holden and Hoop, the Hoop and Holden show.
Yeah, Hoop and Holden show could be going on. Hoop, Holden, Holden, Hoop, and then who was the other one? They said something here in the chat. Oh, they must have taken it away. There was a really good comment in the chat, but I'll just have to move on. Let's move on then. Oh, Swoop, Holden, Hoop, and Swoop. Motivated by the all-time QB rushing title in a season. That would be Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's up for grabs.
Yeah, well, I'll just start reading all the motivation articles that come out here today and tomorrow. It'll be good. Make sure you do catch up with that stuff, and I'm sure we'll put it on the Run Pure site as well.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. So remember a few years ago when we used to build our lineups and we used to put Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown in there and just build around that?
That was fun.
I feel like I'm doing that with Justin Jefferson now. Yeah. And I know we got to pay up. I get it. He's 9.5. He's 9.2 on FanDuel, but you're getting 35 points out of this guy like every single week. And I almost feel like he's a necessity in cash. He's had 32 or more PPR points in 4 of the last 5 games. Now you got Jair Alexander telling him that it was a fluke.
What a dumbass.
What are you doing, man? And on top of that, this guy is still going for Offensive Player of the Year and the receiving title. You know what? I just talked myself into betting on over 95.5 player prop. I can't believe I'm doing it, but
he's going ape shit. But man, not that he needed the added motivation of a dumbass cornerback saying that it was a one-off situation and that there is no need for them to allocate more resources to Justin Jefferson, who has just been nuking every single slate. The dude is an absolute stud. And I mean, I guess that means what? It's going to be one-on-one for him all day. If you believe what Jair Alexander said, if that's the case.
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, what a dumbass comment. I mean, a guy that has all the motivation to keep it going, and then you spot off like that. That's part of the reason why I'm good just playing golf at quarterback, because then you can play a guy like Justin Jefferson, who, again, you look at the other guys at this position. Tyreek Hill, backup quarterback in. Devontae Adams, backup quarterback in. The next guy that I have interest in would be Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I do like, and I think I can still play him too. But Jefferson, give me my 30 and I'll move on. That's why I'm fine with Goff at 5.6K at quarterback. I want Justin Jefferson this week. I love your call. I'm with you on him. Just such a, I mean, and honestly, it's crazy, but that comment kind of pushed me over the edge where it's like, man, I want this guy this week. I mean, they could end the playoff hopes, I'm assuming, for the Packers. I don't know exactly how it works out, but I'm assuming if the Vikings win, the Packers are done. Like just every motivator in the world, give me Justin Jefferson at this position.
Hey, Hoop, can we talk about the other side of things? How does he not get there besides for injury? Let's say that. Like, how does he not get to 30?
Defensive touchdown for the Vikings, and then like a Delvin Cook rushing touchdown or something like that. I mean, it would have to be them getting up by a lot early, right? And then just saying, hey, we got shitty cold weather in Green Bay. Let's get the hell out of here type situation. But I still like my chances with Jefferson, in on him. The next guy, like I said, that I like quite a bit is St. Brown. I'm in on Goff. I like the Lions passing offense at home in the Dome. St. Brown has been very good all season long. I mean, just a nice high floor for him with that upside too. So that's the next guy in line that I want some exposure to. Then after that, I think you mix and match a lot of cheap guys that are potentially in play. It would start with Allen Lazard, which is very nice. I mean, you don't need to worry about correlation all that much for cash gains, but when it just naturally happens, that's a added benefit. So you get Justin Jefferson, and then you get Lazard on the other side, assuming Watson sits, which I do think is the case. Lazard would be the number one. He's not great. I mean, he does drop a lot of passes, but you have to imagine he gets a lot of looks here at, 5.4K. So he's elite value. Garrett Wilson gets Mike White back, 5.5K. They need to win as well. Really like Garrett Wilson. Elijah Moore is 3.5K. I think he's a strong option. And then you have the Jacksonville guys. Zay Jones has been amazing. He's 5K. Christian Kirk, 6K. There's a lot of cheap options this week. So, I mean, I want Justin Jefferson. All right. And let's say I can't get Justin Jefferson. Let's say it just doesn't work this week. I'm fine settling with St. Brown and then two of these other guys. I don't think it's a very wide pool at wide receiver this week. I think there's 6 guys that are very strong plays. I'll list them again. Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Allen Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Zay Jones, whatever that is. 6 guys. I think those are the 6 guys. You want some combination of that.
One more for you. And it might be 2. Hold on. Let me go check his price real quick. Okay. What about the two Giants guys, James and Hodgins? Is there just not enough floor there? Because both these guys have just been crushing it.
Yeah, Richie James 4.3, Hodgins. Yeah, so the price didn't come up all that much. I kind of lean it being more of a Saquon type game personally in that spot. But again, those guys have been great and they're getting all the looks. So if you like them, that's fine. But the problem I have is I can't play them over like Garrett Wilson and Allen Lazard, who are, I mean, they're $1,000 more expensive, but I think I can find the money to get to those guys.
Okay, good. Like button would be even better. Let's do it. Let's go. We only got one more position to go, and then we'll, we can say something about defense, but I don't know how great that'll be. So we pay down a lot just up top. So, Kelsey's 8-1 and then everybody else below him. Kittle's been on fire. He's at 5.9. Hawkinson's getting the work every single week. We know that Gardner Minshew, if he does start, likes Dallas Goedert, but he's only getting 3 targets a game. So you got to hope that, he converts all those. So then we got to go look down low, don't we? How low can we go this week at tight end? Hoop.
Yeah. There's some 4K guys. I mean, the position for cash basically starts in the 5K range. Travis Kelce's 8K. Could he absolutely nuke the slate? Yeah, but it's tough to really pay the 8-1 for him. They're at home against Denver. They should be able to just do whatever the hell they want. Denver obviously has quit, as we saw on Christmas Day. So Kelce out of the conversation here. The first name I think I'm interested in would be Hawkinson at 5.4K. He's been phenomenal, obviously, since the trade. So I think he's in the conversation. Evan Ingram has been really, really good. And, a lot of that has to do with the emergence of Trevor Lawrence kind of looking solid. He goes to Ingram a ton as of late. Just to pull it up, I want to get this right. 7, 15, 10, 8 targets in the last 4 games. Those are elite numbers. 5, 11, 8, and 7 receptions. They're using him in a bunch of different routes. Like if you watch these games, like he's all over the field. Not really playing tight end, but more of like a receiver type guy. So if we think the Jaguars play, which I think they do, I think they go out there and try to win, because there is a slight chance that they could end up getting the wild card even with a loss next week. I am interested in him at 4-4, probably the safest option, I'd say, on the board with all those targets. Jelani Woods, are they starting? What's his name again? Big Dick Nick, the Colts. Is he the starter?
They have not announced it yet.
I mean,
I don't see why he wouldn't, though.
Yeah, that's the obvious one, the obvious drawback there, because he's that was a tough go. But Jelani Woods at 2.8, man, the guy's a beast. I mean, he's huge. He uses his body perfectly. 2.8K. If you can't get up to that top tier, I'd be fine punting. And then Cole Kmet, with Fields in, he's been good this year. 4 or 5, they get to play in the dome, but I think I prefer Evan Ingram. So Ingram seems like just a really solid option at tight end this week.
Yeah, no question. Evan Ingram right there. But the Colts, man, what a mess. Saturday, Ryan, Nick Foles. At this point, they're just looking for a great draft pick. It's just simple as that. That team is a absolute disaster. And then we usually don't do much defensive wise but there are some cheap options this week. Let me go see here. I was looking.
I think there's a clear defense.
Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can guess who your clear defense is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. Hold on a second. Patriots?
They're fine. I think there's one that's maybe a little better.
Falcons?
Team that I think's like the best team or one of the best teams in football.
All right, then that's yours. Then the Niners at 2-9?
Yeah. Yep. Their defense is great. They get this backup quarterback. 2.9's way too cheap for them. So I think that's the cash defense.
Yeah. All right. So that was pretty simple. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. Mardon Yeezy, good to see you. Chance likes Conklin at tight end. Swoop likes the Pats. Totally not the FBI. That's a little bit concerning there. Makes me think that you are the FBI.
Yeah, well, we didn't talk about anything inappropriate, really, did we? I mean, there wasn't any
I don't know. You did do a show with me. I'm sure something was inappropriate, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Should I do my? I was telling you I'm going to do something. I'm going to do my major announcement tonight. It's going to be a major announcement, Hoop. Major announcement on the Up to Lock show. If you are a subscriber,
really,
no one's going to believe me, but it's definitely a major announcement. So,
is there any clue as to what it pertains to?
I can't give you a clue. Okay. I can't give you a clue. It's major. And then no, I'm not engaged, Helmet. This has nothing to do with it. This actually, this could not do anything less women. I mean, I'll probably end up marrying this chick if we don't totally fuck it up living together. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are living together now.
Today, but I'd say within the next 3 years, there's a 71% chance I get married again. I like being married.
Are you guys similarly aged?
Yeah, she's only like 5 years younger than me.
Okay. All right.
My ex was 8 years younger than me. And then you can't marry girls in their 20s and your 30s when you're in your mid to late 40s. It's just, it doesn't work.
Does she have kids?
No.
Okay. Oh,
no. So everything's intact down there too. Everything's intact. It's amazing.
So you might be continuing the reproduction.
Oh no, that stopped. The second my ex told me I was pregnant, she was pregnant with the second one. Like a week later, I got snipped. Okay. Did you snip it?
Me? It's funny you say. I'm due up here in a few weeks, and I'm not
not
looking forward to it, man. Not looking forward to it.
So I'll just tell you. First of all, 99% of the guys say it's great. It's just not great. It's just easy. You don't feel anything. I don't remember feeling anything. I remember smelling the smelt. Coming from my balls.
I'm a big pussy when it comes to stuff like that.
My problem is that my balls hurt for like 6 weeks after that. And I'm not even kidding. Like they were just aching. I called the doctors like, well, 1 to 2% of this is usually has these. Well, I'm your fucking 1 to 2%, dude. Balls hurt.
I'm gonna end up with like, were they like enlarged or they just hurt?
Just hurt. Just felt like they're bruised. Yeah. And I would just say, Hoop, you're gonna be fine. You know, you're gonna be just fine.
Whatever. We'll see. I guess it's
time. Worth it.
Kids are a little older. You know, it better lead to some more bench time. That's all I gotta say.
Why didn't you do this sooner?
Well, my wife's a little bit younger. I mean, she's still.
You don't need 30. To say her age.
Yeah, she's still low 30. So I mean, maybe if
good
so
for
she's
you.
Not. Yeah. Well, I mean, she's like, I guess mid. She's like mid 30s. So
okay.
I guess there's always a chance of another, but no, it's like
Hoop, definitely do it. It's worth it.
Well, I mean, it's locked in. Like it's like it. I don't know the exact date, but it's
don't be
it's
nervous.
Happening. Well, I'm not. I mean, whatever. It happens.
You get it. You plus. Hold on. What day are you doing it on? Because you're going to want to do it on a day where you can just sit at home and do nothing because your wife can't bother you.
Yeah, it's like a Wednesday. So like a middle of the week type situation. So
all right. Well,
just good luck with that. Yeah, buddy. I mean, I've been doing that successfully for like forever. So yeah, I understand the pull-out method. Yeah, I mean, I've mastered that, but now, you know, I want to do other things.
You don't want to
I don't want to pull out anymore. How about that?
Oh, that's awful. Pulling out's awful. All right, so we definitely crossed the line here. And for once, I'm going to be the responsible one and pull back just a little bit. But yes, the pullout.
Real life talk, Holden. Real life
awful.
Talk, you know?
Yeah, but pullout's just the worst.
Yeah, I agree. That's why.
I mean, you could just take a nap and.
That's why I'm getting this procedure.
Is that it? That's the one reason. So you know,
yes,
like
100%.
I'm done with pulling out.
I've made that very clear. Like, obviously, her reasoning is much different than mine.
What's her reasoning?
Doesn't want any more kids. I said, whatever. I said, that's your reasoning. My reasoning is
Robert.
So I can get in there and drop bombs.
You're not going to lose the edge. You're not going to lose the edge, Robert. Nothing changes except just the potency of the bullet. That's it. Literally nothing else changes. And then you don't want your wife doing that. It's a horrible procedure and she'll be upset at you. So just do it.
Correct.
Get it over with. All right. Have some edibles too. I didn't have edibles.
Yeah, I have some G Ryzen edibles still at the house.
You'll be feeling good. All right, major announcement tonight on the Up to Lock show. So make sure you do that for the NBA. And,
Holden's getting reversed. He's getting his
you want to know something? I did think about that. I did think about that. I was when I was dating one of the late 20-year-old girls. I was like, I want kids someday. I was like, wow, no, I'm not reversed. We're gonna get
reconnected, Doc.
Yeah, no reconnections. Thanks everybody in chat. Ho 25 promo code, 25% off first payment of a monthly plan. I don't know what to say when we're going out. Do you have anything catchy for me to say besides for keep running pure?
Oh gosh, we need
because we don't want anybody. You know, we're like, get us out. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing get us out. Any ideas?
No,
from the chat.
You need to consult with like Tambo or something. You know, because he
does a lot of rhyming and stuff.
Yes. I'm not good at that sort of thing, and he pulls them off like quick, right off the top of his head. He's got a new one going. I swear he has to write these things down.
Yeah, that's not my shtick. It's his shtick, and it's good shtick. But that's just not. I can't be rhyming and stuff.
I've exited every show the exact same way for like ever since I was doing shows.
Which is
for Holden, I'm Hoop. Good luck in your contest.